In Morton, Adam, to help us answer the age-old philosophical question, to QB or not to QB. Here are some updates on the quarterbacks and whether they'll be with their same team next year. Adam, start us off.
Yeah, Sam, we'll start with Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. He wants to stay in Dallas, and the Cowboys want him back. So you'd figure that they would be able to work out a long-term deal, but they've struggled to do that for 2 years, and that's where the uncertainty comes in at some point this offseason. But the fact of the matter is both sides want to stay together, and both sides intend to stay together. As for the Las Vegas Raiders and their quarterback, Derek Carr, there's no intention that they are willing to move off of Derek Carr at this point in time. Now, John Gruden is always looking at quarterbacks, and they also have Marcus Mariota under a 2-year contract. But Carr played well this year, and you have to figure they'd like to stick with him going into next year. No intention to move off him at this time. But the biggest quarterback question mark in the offseason is the New York Jets and Sam Darnold. The Jets are going to make a trade. The question is, are they going to trade Sam Darnold, or are they going to trade the number 2 pick so a team can go take the quarterback that they want? That will be the biggest offseason decision that any team makes. It involves Sam Darnold. It involves Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, whatever team feels like the quarterback is going to go at number 2. But Sam Darnold, the New York Jets, face a huge, monumental decision that shapes the offseason, Morton.
That's right, Adam. And whoever the new coach is going to be under General Manager Joe Douglas, he'll have some input into that decision. There's a more positive vibe about Darnold, who hasn't turned over the ball 3 consecutive games for the first time since he was drafted number 3 overall by the Jets. Now, the guy that was drafted number 2 overall by the Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz, his relationship with the Eagles is all but fractured. In fact, it is fractured. Wentz is expected to ask the Eagles for a trade. He'll help the Eagles to facilitate a trade. The reaction of Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, will be vital to this one. But right now, Wentz clearly wants out of Philadelphia and a fresh start somewhere else. That will be a big story in the offseason. And then, Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. Garoppolo's injuries, it certainly complicates the picture. Kyle Shanahan, the coach, says he believes Garoppolo will be the quarterback in 2021, but he says he can't say it with certainty. Most league insiders believe if there's a better option, the 49ers will have somebody other than Garoppolo at the start of next season. And then for the Detroit Lions, Matt Stafford's going to play again today with nothing on the line. He's hurt, probably shouldn't be playing. He's the lone commodity the Lions have when they hire a new general manager and a new head coach. Oh, by the way, he's had 3 head coaches and 3 general managers. So they will have to say on Matthew Stafford. He hasn't asked to be traded. They haven't said he's going to trade him. But the new GM and new head coach may come in there and say, he's our commodity. If we want to rebuild this roster, maybe we move on from Matthew Stafford. And then in Indianapolis, Philip Rivers had a 1-year contract with the Colts. He conceded this week. Today's game could be his last if the Colts don't make the playoffs. He's on a 1-year contract. The Colts are definitely looking for the quarterback of the future. Is that quarterback of the future going to be someone like Carson Wentz? Frank Reich, their head coach, had success with Wentz in Philadelphia, and absolutely keeping our eye on that one, as you know, Adam.
Yeah, interesting thought there, Morton. As for Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints, everybody expects that after the season, Drew Brees will retire. They thought that last year, and he surprised them in March by deciding to come back. This time, he's got a signed contract with NBC. This time, he's another year older. This time, he's played through the 11 fractured ribs, the punctured lung. It's been a difficult physical season, and I think most people still believe that this will be the final season for Drew Brees in New Orleans and in the NFL before he turns to the broadcasting group. And the Patriots quarterback Cam Newton sounded resigned this week to the fact that he'll be moving on from New England. It looks like he's looking for something different. The Patriots are looking for something different. Both sides enjoyed their relationship, but both sides expect that it will take them to a different place and a different direction in 2021, with Cam Newton likely moving on and the Patriots in search of a new quarterback for next season. We'll see what direction they decide to go ultimately. And the Chicago Bears and Mitchell Trubisky, the Bears did not pick up Mitchell Trubisky's 5th-year option. And now Trubisky's playing some of the best football of his career, making it difficult for Chicago not to bring him back, especially if Trubisky can find a way to upset the Packers today, get the Bears into the playoffs. How do you not bring a quarterback back when he's done that? But Trubisky's playing well. He's modified the system Matt Nagy has to make sure that Trubisky's comfortable. It's worked out for the Bears. And if they can pull off that playoff berth there, Sam, that would be big for Chicago and Mitchell Trubisky heading into the offseason.
Yeah, it would be big, and it complicates the situation, no doubt about that. Rex, would you keep him if he gets this team to the playoffs?
Absolutely. And I think, look, there's a reason why Mitchell Trubisky, or Maserati Mitch, if you will, was drafted with the second overall pick, all right? It was a mistake. But no, the other thing, literally, though, he's incredibly athletic, and if you get him outside the pocket, make his vision, his life a little easier that way, he's more than capable as a quarterback. Look, this guy was third in QBR just 3 years ago. And it's funny how we talked about how, they monitored, they've changed the offense a little bit. Yeah, they changed it when they had Bill Lazor call the offense. So the offensive coordinator has now taken over play calling, and that's when you see Mitchell Trubisky's game elevate.
Yeah, young quarterback, it's a progression in how you go, and this is the point of his career. This is a $50 million game for Mitchell Trubisky. He's got an opportunity to go out there, and if he can torch the Packers defense today, which is possible, not likely, but possible, he could get paid. And this is a team in the last 4 games, they're averaging over 35 points a game. They have found a nice mixture of Bill Lazor calling plays, Matt Nagy is the head coach, and Mitchell Trubisky this second time around after getting benched for Nick Foles. It's been a much better version of Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, he's playing really well right now, but history says he struggles with this team, and he's pretty much, other than the left tackle, of course, he's pretty much playing the Packers at full strength. He's 1-5.
It'll be Alex Smith. Ron Rivera, after arriving in the team hotel last night, SP told me that Alex Smith was cleared by the team doctor to start and play in this game Sunday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Rivera told me that Smith had a good day on Thursday and Friday, participated in the team walkthrough on Saturday, and then was cleared by the doctor before the team got on the plane at Dulles International Airport to come here and play in this football game. Rivera told me that Smith will be monitored throughout the day today by the team's medical staff. He will get some extra treatment on that problematic calf that has given him so much difficulty in the last couple of weeks, but they do expect him to finish the game. But, I don't know if you can feel it, but there is a bone chill. It's a raw day here, rainy and cold, 80% chance of rain at kickoff. And that's something that we have to monitor during the game. How will that impact not only Alex Smith, but Antonio Gibson with the toe? He's supposed to start and play in this game. And Terry McLaurin, wide receiver with the high ankle sprain. How all of those lower leg injuries will be impacted by this sloppy field here at the confluence of the Schuylkill Expressway and I-95 in the concrete jungle of South Philadelphia. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, baby? Come on.
I know there's nowhere else you'd rather be, Sal. Speak for yourself on that one. Look, it's not ideal when you think about it, that you got these guys banged up. You're unsure about your quarterback's health this week. You're playing in bad weather, but you're playing for the division. So when you look at this team right now, Teddy, what difference does it make to have Alex actually out there today?
It's an enormous difference. And first, let me tell you about Ron Rivera and the message that he sent to his team this year. I mean, not only sent a message, but it's etched in stone on if you're not here and if you don't do the right things for the football team, you're out of here. I think the message of getting Haskins out of there was huge. And now Alex Smith's back. So it's like we on defense, Sam, we know who plays quarterback, okay? And if we have faith in that person or not. And if I see Alex Smith out there, knowing my guy's back, knowing he's going to take care of the football, knowing that, hey, man, third down, it's okay. You don't make it, just punt it. We're that dominant on the Washington football team defense. We're going to be okay. But to have Alex Smith back is a huge plus for this Washington football team.
Yeah, coaches all the time say play every play like it's your last. And I think you talk about the quarterback position. A lot of times we talk about intangibles, stuff you can't measure at the combine. And you talk about intangibles, I think one of the first guys I think of is Alex Smith. And I think of, like you're saying, as a defense, you look across, who's leading the offense for us. That intangible factor of play every play like it could be your last. And you see a guy this guy almost lost his life, never mind his football playing career. And he is in my mind, the runaway comeback player of the year. He is out there leading this team. And if this team wins, they're in the playoffs. There is something special. Not only what Ron Rivera is going through, what Alex Smith is going through. There is a mental toughness to go with a pretty physical toughness on this defense. This is a dangerous team. And I would say probably the favorite to walk away with the NFC East Championship today.
The reason why everybody is rooting for Alex Smith is the reason why, because you just said it, Teddy Bruschi, Ron Rivera being the head coach. A lot of people are rooting for him just for the fact that he doesn't turn the ball over. And what does the Washington football need? They need a quarterback to be able to go with that defense of not turning the ball over. And speaking of the defense, I think for them to be able to secure this NFC East, the defensive line is their strength on the Washington football team. I've seen Jalen Hurts over the last couple of weeks been able to evade, been able to avoid the rush that's coming in there. But you just heard Sal Powell talking about the conditions today in Philadelphia. So as good as this pass rush is, led by Sweat, for them to be able to be disciplined and how they go against this Jalen Hurts, because he showed one thing that I think that is the strength of him playing the quarterback positions. And when he's getting out of the pocket, being able to shrug guys off these